What's up, everybody? It's Alex, the founder and CEO at Motoroso.com, your dedicated mods marketplace. If you've been following along with our channel, you know that we've been working on a C8 Corvette project build, and we recently did a Brembo big brake kit with that new BM6 alien fist caliper. Now, if you haven't seen that yet, check out that video right here. That kit has been a massive improvement for us. We were really having problems with the Z51 brakes on the Corvette, and the brake fade, and we even boiled the fluid, and the car went into limp mode. So it was a really rough experience, and the brakes really do seem to be the weak point on the C8 Corvette. Of course, good, but when you're taking it to the track and pushing it like that, they weren't exactly cutting it. So with this new Brembo big brake kit, we are stoked on the performance improvements, and we've seen as much as 4 seconds back-to-back track days in drop in lap times. But the Brembo big brake kit comes with the FM1000 pad compound from Brembo. Now, that is a good street and track pad, but towards the end of our longer sessions, we were starting to experience some fade from that pad as well. So we were interested in looking up some better performing pads. Well, when we talked to Brembo, we couldn't believe the price of the Brembo pads. Now, we're an authorized Brembo dealer. If you want to stick with Brembo, we'll sell them to you, no question about it. They make some amazing racing pads. Brembo's a leader in braking. But before we did our Brembo brake upgrade, we went to G-Loc Pads on our OEM brakes. And that worked pretty well. We had really good results. The fade was less, they performed better, they lasted longer, and they make all of their pads with an organic compound that's not only environmentally friendly, but the dust is much easier to clean off your wheels. It's not caustic. So really, really like the way that they make their pads. And they made a pad for the BM6 caliper in this big brake kit. So if you've done this upgrade and you're looking for pads now, you're gonna wanna look to these G-Loc GPX62 pads, which come in every compound that they make. Now, G-Locs Compounds range in a huge spectrum, okay? So they've got their GS1 pad, which is essentially their street performance pad. It's gonna be okay at track days, but it's really made for the street. It's gonna be quiet, it's gonna have nice initial bite, it's gonna work the best in the cold, and it generates 70% less brake dust than OEM. That's a really big selling feature there, and it's super, super easy to keep your wheels clean when you're running those GS1 pads. Then you go into their R compound pads, and they have a huge range here. R6, R8, R10, R12, R14, R16, and R18. And you guessed it, the higher the number gets, the more track-oriented that pad is. The R6 is gonna be for the occasional track day enthusiast. The R8 is gonna be for somebody who's doing some street driving, but they really want that performance at the track. That's us, that's me. I'm running the R8 pad, and that's what's sitting in front of you right here. Now, if you go into the R10 pad, that's where it flips a little bit, and that's much more of a track-oriented pad with a little bit of street driving. And if you're driving that R10 pad, you're gonna be a little bit less bite in the cold, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you get your brakes warmed up before you expect them to work on the street. Now, they're also gonna make more pad noise on the rotors. They're gonna be more noisy. Then if you go to the R12, the 14, the 16, they get more and more race-oriented as you go up there, and that means they get louder and louder, and they'll work under those high heat conditions. So depending on what your application is, feel free to reach out to us at Motoroso to help you choose, and we do carry all of these pads on Motoroso.com, and so we'll put links to those in the description. Now, additionally, you can order these pads pre-bedded. I really, really like this about G-Loc. For 20 bucks extra, they'll perform a heat treating process that makes these pads basically ready to install, and then you don't have to install them on the car and then go out and either lose your first session at a track day getting your brakes bedded in, or have to go out and do that bedding process on the street, which of course requires some fairly high speeds, and you're just, you're risking getting a ticket for, accelerating and braking, and you're wearing out your pad when you do that. So why not spend the extra 20 bucks to get them pre-bedded? And on Motoroso, we sell all the pads pre-bedded. So hope this is helpful. If you got that Brembo BM6 system on the car and you need a better pad, check out the G-Locs. We're really, really happy with them. We're gonna be installing those and taking those out to the track coming up real soon. Thanks for watching.